Let's talk about what you offer, your services, and I'm a potential seller. I've owned my property for 20 years or even longer. It was inherited. I don't want it. Why would I choose Steven Silverman to sell my property here in San Diego or in California or in Florida versus a local broker who's been calling me and knows this market inside and out?
Yeah, I think it is very much property. It's a few things. Property specific, it's the inner workings and dynamics of a deal. And what I mean by that, there's times where someone will call me and say, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn, or I saw your sale post, or they're on my email distribution list from 7 years ago, and now they're just responding to it now. They may call me and say, hey, I've got a specific property in downtown San Diego. If I don't think I'm going to be the best fit for that, I'm the first person to say, I'm not the person to hire. My main focus, I would say, would be obviously anything that's distressed or value add. I can do it anywhere in the country. It's very easy for me to understand the market, fly into a market if I have to, and understand it from that perspective. And most of the buyers that I work with tend to be, I'll call it local, regional, out of state, and international. So a lot of our buyers are not even in that local market to where the transaction takes place, so it's even less important to where I am as a broker. But then, on the cap rate driven investment sale world, I've got a whole team of guys that I work with that focus, whether it's industrial property, retail property, multifamily property. I can plug and play and be intimately involved in the deal, but also work with someone that may have a specialization that is so hyper focused on something that I bring other guys to work on with me.
Question, when you're looking at a deal, Steven, and you take it down, I'm assuming you start on the acquisition side. Do you still spend more time on the acquisition relationship side versus the dispo side? Because your dispo list is very large. I'm on it as well. I see
90% of the second I got into the business, any email that I sent or received, I put into a cell. And I've run this way ever since. Now I run it through Constant Contact or whatever, database we use for sending out emails. My focus, if I get a listing right now, I don't call like 3 people that I think are going to be a potential buyer necessarily. I just start blasting it out there, and then people usually call me and are interested in the deal. My primary focus on a day-to-day basis is focused on disposition side of the business. There's some clients that I represent buy side on, there's a handful, but I rather control the listing and have prospective buyers call me than me representing one buyer and have to be competing against, say, 5 other offers on a property where I have really no control over the situation.
Got it. And then as far as the type of property you're looking for, you obviously are dealing in a lot of different asset classes. Is there a number that you're looking at as far as units? Is it a number as far as value? Is there a specific type of distressed property you're looking for? Foreclosure versus tax versus all the other distress indicators?
I would say, and I still struggle following, selling a deal for $10 million, $100 million, $100,000 is easier to sell a larger deal than a small deal. I still find myself in situations where a past client will call me and say, hey, Steve, I've got a $500,000 property to sell. I want you to sell it. And I take it on. It is far more challenging than selling that same deal if it was $5 million, just based on the level of sophistication that's involved, the lawyers that are involved, just all aspects. My primary focus is deal size more than asset class specific. I'm looking at my desk, I've got multifamily on it, retail, medical office, a self-storage facility. It's not about what we're selling. It's really, for me, to make sure it's worth the time and value. I'd like to focus on $1 million plus. The real sweet spot's probably like $1 million to $10 million, where we find the most amount of buyers for the type of product that we sell.
And how large is your team, Steven? Your specific team. You said
so we've got
50 employees, or did you say Freeman has 50?
We've got 400 employees, including all the management company, all of that. My side, specifically on the brokerage side, I've got 2 associates that work directly with me. We've got a full analyst team that works directly with me, a full marketing team that works directly with me. But it's not uncommon for, if someone called me today and say, hey, I've got a Dollar General to sell in Detroit, the only people that would be involved with that would be me, a colleague, and then some of the marketing team. I am intimately involved in every deal that I'm involved in.
Love it, man. This guy's a big Michigan fan too, for our people. He reps the sports, which I love. When Detroit went on that run in the playoffs last year in the NFL, Steven was posting. He referred to this earlier in the pod. He said he's willing to say something, but he backs it up. So if he goes under contract with you, he's going to be that way in negotiations. So, I think those things run together. I love it.